Welcome everybody to the 46th Friday morning warm-up, and we've got the usual array of physical and mental activities to get you warmed up on your instrument today. And we are going to start with a little bit of clapping. What a surprise, you all say. So let me get up onto the screen the clapping rhythm which we're going to do today. And it's the this is the Bossa Nova Clave. It's a little bit like the 3/2 Cuban son clave, if you're familiar with that. And used in Bossa Nova music, it's not really a clave, it's just a little drum pattern that they started playing on some of the earlier versions of the songs. I'm going to put the tempo up quite a bit from when we last did this, which was about 15 weeks ago. So a bit more of a walking pace, a bit more of a slow jog. And the idea is we're just going to, I'll get the metronome going and I'll count you in. If you can get your feet going left, right at the same time, that'd be great. But the faster it gets, the harder that gets, so not imperative. And if you're not sure of the rhythm, just wait till I've clapped it a couple of times, then join in. After 4, let's get this thing going. Oh, that's fast. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Ba, 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 ba. Oh dear, that was a quickie. Probably about as fast as the Bossa Nova ever goes. Okay, that's our clapping, so that's got us a little bit warmed up. Let's move on now to the chromatic scale, the long tones and the twiddles and the anything you like to do to get that instrument a little bit warmed up. So grab your instruments. We've got an F-based scale today, F melodic minor, so I'm going to be playing concert F, so you play your note, or a harmony, or an arpeggio, and just for a minute, just do whatever it takes to get that instrument warmed up a little bit. Here we go. Okay, very hypnotic. Okay, that's hopefully warmed the instrument up a little bit anyway. Certainly will be by the end of the half an hour. Let's go on to the chromatic scale now, and I did mention on the email that we're going to do the same kind of little pattern where it goes up and down a semitone, but then we're going to come down the overall chromatic scale, so the next one will be lower by a semitone. So we're doing a descending pattern overall, rather than the ascending ones we've been doing up till now. So I'm just going to slow the metronome down, definitely from that last speed. And so we're starting on concert F, going up a semitone, down a semitone, and then going down a semitone, repeating that phrase. Here we go. After 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down a semitone. Last one. And let's just repeat that exactly the same from the top note after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Okay, now what we're going to do next is just do the chromatic scale from the high note, high starting point, same one, the concert F, down to the low F, so down an octave. So we're just going to play it, we'll do it at that speed and just come literally down the scale. So no patterns, just straight down the chromatic scale. After 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same again, but a little bit faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're okay so far. Faster. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, faster, faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more, nice and quick. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Good. Up to 200 beats a minute there, so well done. Okay, let's move on now to the the exercise sheet. So if you'd like to get out your sheet or stick it on the screen or follow what's on my screen, we're looking at F melodic minor today. So another time, a first for this particular scale. We've done the melodic minor a couple of times over the last year, but this is the first time we've done F. No particular reason. I've only shown one octave. It might be a new scale for some people, and it does kind of go right off the scale, depending on what instrument you're playing. So we're just going to do one octave up and one octave down. Those of you brought up on classical music training may have, or will have, practiced the melodic minor scale going up and come down the natural minor. Which is absolutely fine, but I'm just going to go up the melodic minor and come down the melodic minor. Sometimes that's called the jazz minor, because with jazz musicians, when they're playing melodic minor scale, certainly in improvisation, we'll always use the same scale going up and down. So I've stuck to that. And I've just realised I've hardly ever used the word jazz in the last 12 months. Not for any particular reason, but just suddenly popped out. There we go. So the jazz minor. And two ways of looking at the melodic minor. Well, several ways of looking at it actually. I don't mean like upside down or on your side, but it's obviously a minor scale. If you think of if you know your natural minor, it's got a raised sixth and a raised seventh. So you play the natural minor, but you raise the sixth and the seventh note. If you know your harmonic minor well, you play that, but you just raise the sixth because it's already got a raised seventh. And another one, which kind of a different way of associating it, if you know your F major scale, which I'm sure you do, then you flatten the third. So in other words, the F melodic minor has got the same upper last four notes, the upper tetrachord that's called. It's got the same upper tetrachord as a major scale, but it's got a flattened third. Having said all that, it's those notes on the screen in front of you, whichever way you look at it. So let's just play that first bar just once after all that talk before we run out of time. Slowing it down a little bit. And so here we go. We're going to play just the first bar just once. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do the descending bar. That's the second bar. 2, 3, 4. So it does sound like a major scale when it sets off coming down, but then it becomes minor. Maybe that's why they practice the other way. After 4, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's play those two bars. So left to right. First two bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's good. If anyone does have any theories as to why classical musicians practice the natural minor coming down, do let me know. I know one other possibility is that the leading note, the seventh, is only of relevance when you're ascending in a melody. It doesn't matter coming down, that it's a semitone away. That's another possibility. Answers on a postcard, please. And I do mean on a white plain postcard with a stamp, if you can find one. Right. No, answers on any medium you like. Let's move on to the arpeggio now. So we're going to play bars 3 and 4, just as written. So this is just the arpeggio of an F minor triad, or F minor chord. After 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sing as well if you're not blowing anything. 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was the root third fifth an octave of an F minor triad. So going on to the second line now, and we're going to just do a scale exercise, an ascending one first of all. Got descending one as well coming up on the next line. So let's just do the second line on the sheet. So it's playing that scale that we started with, but in 3-note patterns, 3-note cells they're sometimes called. So you play the first 3 notes of the scale, hold it, then play the next 3 starting on the second note. Okay, so just going to play as written, left to right, all 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, give me time to think about that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. Okay, let's move on to the third line on the sheet. So we're now doing more or less the same thing, except we're descending from the top note of the scale, not that top note that we reached in that one, but the top note of the scale, concert F. And you can see on the sheet music there that a couple of the notes have been unnatural. They were flat, showing the key signature, but they're natural, which means they've been raised by a semitone. That's the 6th and 7th. Because the key signature is shown for the actual minor scale over F minor, but the F melodic minor has got a raised 6th and 7th, so they're natural. In other words, they're not flattened. So we're going to play the bar, line 3, all 4 bars after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Sorry. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we have it, the sound of F melodic minor. So moving on to the first of the rhythm lines now. So we're on to the 4th line of the sheet, second from the bottom. And yes, the triad of the day. I wonder if anyone else has a triad of the day or a triad of the week. We have, and it's the descending minor triad in root positions. That really means it's just a descending F minor triad. So in our case, F minor, the triad, is the notes F is the root, A flat's the 3rd, C is the 5th, but we're playing it in reverse, so that'll be C, A flat, F, descending. And I did ask if there were any tunes that start on that triad, just to make it easier to recognise when you hear it. And I had very few examples, which is surprising considering it's such a straightforward and basic triad. I think the one that some of you will know is the opening to Giant Steps by John Coltrane, which Kay suggested, and which is, in my head, okay, because it's got a very distinctive, very strong minor arpeggio start. George, who doesn't come to this but does participate, I think he might watch the video, he said Nature Boy, except that the first note is there's a low note before it starts. There was a boy. Nature Boy, so that's an example. and also a little bit hard to detect, but my suggestion, and I think Kay also suggested it, is Tenor Madness, which is a jazz blues, which you might have heard starts on a da da da, which is that minor triad as well. So 3 little examples there, but not particularly. Well, I like nursery rhymes when it comes to these sort of things, but it doesn't seem to be any. Go and write one. Write a nursery rhyme that starts on this. So let's just start with that first bar, and we're just going to play that first bar looped. So when you're ready, when I'm ready, in fact, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. Rest. One more time. Okay, on to bar 2 of the rhythms, and so they're all going to be based on that triad, but this time it's going to be played just in a slightly different rhythm. So let's just play that once. Bar 2 of the rhythms. 1, oops, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now looped. 2, 3, 4. One more time. There we go. Okay, moving on to the next one. Now this is a 2-bar pattern, and it's quite considerably offbeat. So let's just play that once. After 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry. You might stumble on this one. 1, get the count right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only one note which is on the beat in that little cluster. Can you see which one it is? They're all offbeat otherwise. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Let's loop that pair of bars. 2, 3, 4. Last time, and yeah, tricky one there, but yes, only that third note is on the beat. The rest are all on the ands. So on to the next line, the last line, and we're now going to do that little triplet. So after 4, first bar, just play it once. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's loop that. 2, 3, 4. Last time. Okay, now we're going to go and play this little dotted rhythm here. So just the second bar on its own after 4. Just once, first of all. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now looped. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. And now the final pair of bars, so the last 2 bars of the bottom line. Okay, I don't think there's anything significant about this pattern. Just randomly came up, I think. I always got 2 notes at the beginning. Oh, that's a bit of a... Goodness me, that's broken a rule. Starts on 2 of the same note. So just play that once, just those 2 bars. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right rhythm, wrong notes. Let me do that again. Sorry about that. After 4, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now let's loop it. 2, 3, 4. Last time. Good stuff. Right, I hope that was good for you and warms up the brain as much as anything, doesn't it? So we're just going to finish off, because I know you're all dying to get out in that sunshine. We're just going to finish off today's session with the little strumming patterns. So let me just move on to the chords, put them on the screen. So if you're going to join in with me on that, strumming, there are your chords. The rest of you, if you, as I always say, you can do, you can improvise using the melodic minor that you've been playing earlier. That will work over all these chords. These chords are derived, I know you've seen them all before, but they do all stem from the harmonised F melodic minor scale, at least the concert ones do. So you can improvise over that, or you can play arpeggios or chord tones, or go make a cup of tea and come back and finish off. So here we go. I'm just going to strum those for the next minute and then we'll be finished. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time all the way through. Finish on the first chord. And there we have our strum pattern, and there we have our Friday morning warm-up as well. So thank you very much, everybody. Don't forget Freddie Freeloaders on Sunday at 4 o'clock. Let me know if you want details for that, but that's going ahead on Sunday. And we'll be back next week. Let me get that off the screen. And yes, we'll have, thanks Hugh for that suggestion, we'll have wearing a hat next Friday if you want. Only if you want, you don't have to.
And socks.
Hat day, yeah, and socks. No.